It is August 15, 2025. We're at Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free. I'm Rob Carter, and it's time for Live Fire Friday. So it's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. Anthony had something come up last week, so we should have some pretty good stuff to check out. So let's go find out what we're going to be highlighting today on Live Fire Friday. I found Anthony kind of early today, so I'm just following him real quick to the fun corner, I'm assuming, and then he's going to go gather everything for us. He's shooting at the hip today. See what I did there because we're at Shooters of Columbus. Oh, remember, you can win this right here. Win this safe. This is how you do it. Sport Arrows County. There you go. Get a 25. There it is. Nice little safe. One more time. I'm not going to mention it. You can just read that real quick. And now let's go hurry and catch up with Anthony. What up, Anthony?
What up, Rob?
Live Fire Friday, Shooters of Columbus, no easy way to be free. Weren't here last week, here this week, and obviously we got some cool stuff to look at. And you were telling me we have something brand new. We have something brand newer, and then we have something brand new to the store, and then we have some stuff that are just really cool that you wanted to show off, right?
Yeah, so yeah, we've got brand new products in the market. We have something that just actually hit the market last week. Timeline's a little fuzzy for me. Yeah, last week it just came out to the market, so brand new, we got them in. Something that just hit the store about 2 weeks ago. Something that's brand new we haven't carried in the building before. And then yeah, one of those things is something we've had before but in a new color, and I like it, so that's why we got it.
All right, so let's go. What do you want to talk about first, my friend?
We'll go from smallest to largest. We'll work our way up, and it also allows us to start at the brand new thing that just hit the market.
Okay.
So right here, right in front of the Smith & Wesson counter, Smith & Wesson just dropped a brand new firearm. I am actually a really big fan of this. So, micro 9mm is kind of the thing right now, and then taking those micro 9mm and making them larger is the newest thing. So they have gone new entry into the Shield Plus line. And anyone unfamiliar, the Shield was Smith & Wesson's old subcompact firearm. The Shield Plus is the double stack, similar to like a 365, Hellcat Pro, things like that. This is the Shield X. So, and similar to the 43X and the 19X, the X line is kind of the new thing, where this is a Shield Plus with a extended grip profile on here to give you a bigger grip, a longer magazine, and a slightly longer slide, but it's roughly about the same length here. So, Shield X here. The current models we have, the only one on the market right now is with a thumb safety. So if you like having a thumb safety on your firearm, the Shield X currently has it. If you don't like thumb safeties on your striker-fired firearms, me personally, I don't like having thumb safeties on there. What I like about the Smith & Wesson is it's pretty recessed. It's not like completely put in there, but it's a bit out of the way. It's not like a big like 1911 style thumb safety where it's very much in my way. If I want to ignore that, I absolutely can. Or if I want to use it, it's very easy to I can still use it with my thumb. But Shield X. So we've got the extended mag in there right now. It does come with a 13-round flush fit magazine. The 13-round magazine, these are all mag compatible with the smaller Shield Pluses. The 13-round being what the extended mag was for the Plus, that is now flush fit. And now we have the 15-round magazine, which is the extended fit for the Shield X. All the Shield Plus line firearms, the slides are compatible with one another. So if you wanted to take the slide from this Shield X right here and slap it on one of the smaller Shield Plus frames, you can. If you want to go, Smith & Wesson has on their website that new Carry Comp series they have with the really cool, aggressive slide serrations and ported barrels that they're offering. You can actually buy the slide and slap it on either this or your Shield Plus. A lot of adult Lego blocks going on with this, and I'm a big fan of that. I've always been a very big fan of Smith & Wesson. I've always got the Smith & Wesson hat, just not this one video. But I like this. This fits my hand well. They made it optic ready, which is great. That is something everyone should be doing on their firearms now. Unlike the smaller firearms, since this is a bit larger, it now has a Picatinny rail underneath the dust cover here, so you can actually mount a regular flashlight or laser to this. And it has this really nice high-vis front sight on here that is also a tritium insert, so it's glow in the dark. So you've got a very nice package set up here. This is most likely going to be my new carry gun soon. We just got these in. Next up, so this is not as new to the market as the Shield X, but Kimber's 2K11 series. So Kimber has done something revolutionary for the first time in quite a while. They have done a 2011, and they actually did a really good job on the 2011. We've highlighted in the past the 2K11 family from Kimber. We've had it in different calibers, different colors. I just wanted to touch on this particular one that was fairly new. This one is in 9mm. This might be my favorite one aesthetically. The gray Cerakote color that they have on here really pops. You know, I've said in the past, I get kind of bored with all black guns. Everyone's doing it. I like gray. Gray is a nice little highlight that still isn't overly ostentatious. The grip profile that the 2K11s have is very nice. You know, it looks cool, but it's also very comfortable while having a nice grip texture. So the gun absolutely grips you back, but it's not overly aggressive where it gets to the point where it's starting to rub and kind of hurt your hands after shooting it for a while. You know, I don't like flashy colors, but the bronze barrel is a very nice highlight. You can see that it's kind of a fluted profile. With the slide cuts on there, you can actually see a little of the bronze coming through as well. This gun is also optic ready. You can see that the rear plate here where your adjustable rear sight is on is removable, and you can mount a red dot on this of any profile. And we have a nice fiber optic front sight on this. Seriously, all the word around, everyone's loving these 2K11s. It seems Kimber knocked it out of the park with this guy. It does come with 2 magazines. You'll see if your standard 2011 style magazine, so STI mags, Mac Gars as well fit with this. Yeah, this is a new color profile for us, and I wanted to highlight that. All right, so what we got here, so you guys probably recognize this. This is the Hellion from Springfield, which is a civilian market clone of the Croatian VHS assault rifle. I wanted to highlight this one just briefly. We've talked about it in the past. We've had these for a while. They do an FDE now, and this is kind of awesome looking, to be honest. All right, so we've got our charging handle right here in the middle. It is ambidextrous, those of you who are unfamiliar. Kind of similar to like the FAMAS or a couple of other firearms with charging handle set up like this. So if I am right-handed, I can grab my charging handle like that. That way, if I were to be wrong-handed, I could have it here and I could grab it with my right hand, move it like that. This does have built-in sights in it, so as you see here, I got a flip-up rear sight and a flip-up front sight. They are built right into the monolithic rail on top there. This is a bullpup design, meaning that the action magazine feeds behind the trigger. So magazine feeds back here. You see our ejection port here, grip up here. It may seem a little counterintuitive to people who are more familiar with standard design guns like AR-15s. However, this is quite comfortable. I've always been a fan of bullpups, and one nice thing about the Hellion compared to other bullpups is it still has an adjustable stock on it. Most bullpup rifles are just a fixed unit, and whatever the length of the gun is, you just have to deal. However, this one is adjustable for your length of pull, which I like. But we just got this one in this FDE color, and I'm a big fan. Okay. So, you know, we finally got in a large number of the Geissele products that we were wanting to get in. You know, we've had here and there some of the Super Duty rifles, 1 or 2 of the SBRs, 1 or 2 of the full lengths. I finally got pistols in, and I finally got a couple of the new models we had been wanting to get in. So, those of you who aren't wanting to file a Form 1 to do a tax stamp for an SBR, but still want a more compact Geissele fighting rifle, we finally got the pistols with the SB braces. So I just wanted to highlight that briefly. You know, I've got the Super Duty pistol right here in their full DDC color, which is what Geissele calls this, their Desert Dirt color. SBA 3 brace, ambidextrous controls. We do have our Huxworks compatible muzzle brake on the front here. You know, very similar to the other Super Duty rifles and firearms that we've discussed in the past. This one is just in a 10.3 barrel. We've also got it in 11.5 and 12.5. 12.5 is pretty cool. 12.5 still gets you a very compact carbine. However, the 12.5 is getting very close to very similar velocity and ballistics of a full-size 14.5 carbine. Some optics are specifically calibrated to the 14.5 standard of an M4 carbine, like ACOGs. 12.5 is close enough that you could use those optics on it and still be getting a very similar performance until you reach real far out, and then you're going to have to start knowing where your holds are. But 12.5, you know, 2 inches doesn't sound like a big difference, but it is, especially when you're maneuvering with the weapon, and especially if you put a suppressor on there. So that's really cool, and I got that over there in black. And this one right here, I wanted to especially talk about. This is Geissele's Border Patrol rifle. So this one right here, this is the rifle. This is one right here is a pistol, thank you ATF. But this is the Border Patrol gun. This is the one they have a contract with the US Border Patrol for as their standard rifle currently. Now, any of you who are familiar with how military and government contracts work, they definitely needed to save money. So what's nice about this for the consumer is this is still a full Geissele rifle with all the Geissele built parts. However, it is a lot more cost friendly than the Super Duty series or some of their other guns. You'll notice that it has a significantly different handguard on here. It is still, you know, a very lightweight skeletonized M-lock handguard. We still have a Geissele built trigger in this. However, it's from their ALG family instead of one of their super dynamic triggers. We have B5 furniture on here as opposed to Geissele made furniture. However, all extremely well built stuff, still in-house built Geissele, but you are saving quite a pretty penny on this. Plus, you know, it's cool to have something that is being issued to a government body. So we got this one in. This is an 11.5 barrel. And then I still have, you know, a wall over here. I still have all of our rifles, you know, DDC in black Geissele rifles. We did also get, I'm going to grab this one really fast. This is the new GFR from Geissele. This is kind of a designated marksman rifle, DMR, that they currently got a contract with the military. This is chambered in a fairly new caliber called 6 ARC. 6 ARC kind of gives you the ballistics and long range of a larger action caliber, but in a caliber that'll fit an AR-15 platform and a AR-15 magazine. So you get something small that can still reach out and touch something better than 5.56. Just got one of these guys in. This is the 16-inch barrel model. Just want to highlight this really quick. This is one we've been waiting on for quite a while. And we got this guy in.
All right, so that's Live Fire Friday for today. Anthony, a lot of stuff. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to keep up what's new here at Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free. And Anthony, till next Friday, thank you. And thank everybody for watching. We appreciate it.